Sometimes I feel like I don't pop my stuff enough. I can help your content go to the next level. You need to get some money. You need some clients. 50% off of Donni Wiggins coaching. First of all, that won't ever happen. The free information is just to set you apart. If you have the ability to teach people everything that you don't know enough. I think strategy over quick money. We can't be so connected to today's money that we're not thinking strategically about next month's money. Welcome to another episode of Full Transparency Podcast with Donni Wiggins. And it's me, Donni Wiggins. I am your favorite business coach, business consultant. I work with entrepreneurs every single day, helping them start, grow, and scale their businesses. At this point, Zell, I have helped so many people make multiple six figures, and I have helped so many people make multiple seven figures. Like at this point, helping entrepreneurs, small business owners become multimillionaires has become so easy for me that it's like, I know it like the back of my hand. No, because sometimes I feel like I don't pop my stuff enough, right? Sometimes I feel like they think I'm doing this for fun, but I really work with people every single day, and I help them make multiple millions of dollars in their business, and it's a gift. It's a gift, it's a blessing, it's a skill set that God has gifted me with. I love what I do so much. That's why we show up every single week on Full Transparency Podcast, and I give information away for free. And so today we're going to be giving you 10 quick wins that you can experience right now to make sure you get clients fast. Like, I know you're watching this on YouTube. You see this, I won't see it, but I need you to just say me right now. If you need to get some money, you need some clients, you need money, you need exposure, you need all the things in your business. I am going to give you a couple of things that I like to do to attract clients right away, and hopefully this will be helpful for you as well. All right, let's get it. So 10 quick wins to get clients fast. The very first thing that I want you to do is so simple. I want you to fix your billboard. 100% of you that are watching this video right now, you have a billboard and you don't even know it. And what am I talking about? I am talking about the bio on your Instagram page, the bio on your LinkedIn, the bio on your TikTok, the bio wherever you show up on social media. I cannot tell you how many times I try to find information on a business owner's page, on an entrepreneur's page, and their bio is outdated. Links aren't working. There's a young lady whose page I was on just the other day. And she is promoting like a wellness experience and soft life, meditation, all the things. And I was really interested to see what her methods are, what some of her strategies are. And she's going through and she's making all these posts on her story. She's got story post after story post. And in every single story post, she is including her link. Well, the link doesn't even work. And it's the same link. I said, well, maybe there was just a typo in the story post. So I went to her actual Instagram page and I clicked it from there, and the link doesn't work. So this poor girl, I DM'd her, but because we're not following each other, she may or may not even get that message. This poor girl is doing all this work, has all this content, and she's taking people nowhere from her Instagram profile. So it's so important. The very first thing I want you to do is treat your Instagram bio, your YouTube, your LinkedIn, your TikTok, whatever it is, like a billboard. And your Instagram bio, whatever bio you're using right now, it needs to clarify who you help, it needs to clarify what you do, and it needs to take people directly to a place of how to get it. If I don't know what you do, what transformation you provide, and where to find it, I am immediately off your page. That first strategy is going to help you get more clients and customers, because they understand what you do, what transformation you provide, and how they can get it from you. That's just number one. All right, number one. Number two, you have people who are your ideal client following you right now. They're commenting on your social media. They are DMing you, but you're ignoring it because you're looking for a big burst of something to happen. You're looking for this miracle. And let me tell you something. When I first got started as an entrepreneur, and I'll still do this sometimes today, I would come across people who were clearly my ideal client. Like, you know, Zell, you come across people and you see them posting videos and their video angles are terrible, and you being a videographer, you're like, man, I could really get them right. Well, in that case, you would DM that person and let them know, hey, look, I can help you. I see what you're trying to do, but if I could just help you tweak it just a little bit, I can help your content go to the next level. Well, you have the ability to do the same thing. You can reach out to 10 people that you know right now, DM 10 people that you know with a personalized value offer. And this isn't just salesy information. It's not anything like that. It's you acknowledging like, hey, I see that you're on your journey to X, Y, and Z. This is exactly what I do. Why don't we set up a quick call to see if there's some alignment here for us to work together? Don't be scared to DM. What's the worst that can happen? They ignore your DM. So what? Who cares? People still ignore me today, all right? They ignore me today, and guess what we did? Built a business anyway. Guess what we're gonna continue to do? Build a business anyway. Guess what I'm not going to stop doing? Building my business anyway. So we can't be scared of the rejection, all right? Real quick, at this point, you should know that I should be your mentor. At this point, Zell, I just feel like if you're not in my Actionable CEO mentorship community, what are we doing? If you are not in my Actionable CEO mentorship community, I have a serious question to ask you. Are you even serious about establishing yourself as a business owner, and not even just as a business owner? Like, I am a holistic business coach, meaning we get to the bottom of what's going wrong in your business, the gaps that you're missing out on to grow your business, but we also get to the bottom of what's going on with you. We address habits, we address limiting beliefs, we address traumatic beliefs that are attached to some type of childhood trauma or young adult trauma that you don't even realize is holding you back. And 9 times out of 10, Zell, if I'm being honest, if we don't correct those issues first, entrepreneurship and this journey and what it takes is just going to be so difficult for you. So let's get to it. If you're watching this on Instagram right now, just comment the word guest. I am literally gifting you 7 days free inside my mentorship community. If you're watching this on YouTube or anywhere else, just go to actionableceo.com, and I am still gifting you 7 days for free inside my mentorship community. You don't know if I'm good? You don't know if I'm a good fit for you? Come check me out for free. I'm not scared to give you a little tease. All right, number three, here's what I need you to do. I want you to go and audit your content that you've been posting, whether it was this year, it could have been last year. And I want you to repost your most engaged video that you've put out so far. So that video that got the most views, the video that got the most comments, the video that got the most shares, I want you to repost that content. You don't need a whole lot of content. You need to multi-purpose and repurpose and maximize and optimize and all of the ISs that you can think of. You need to take that information and keep using it over and over and over again. When you see commercials on TV, so it's the same commercial over and over and over again. Colgate is not creating new teeth being brushed just for your viewing pleasure because you get bored. That's not how it works. What they do is they post the same content over and over and over. They then take it and make contracts with the broadcast networks that they're going to be broadcasting these commercials on, i.e. Your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube, all the things. You don't have to keep creating brand new content. Take the content that's working, post it over and over and over and over again. Real quick, I need to make sure you're paying attention. How often are you going to post this content? How often are you going to post? Are you just going to post it one time and be done? You're going to post it over and over and over again. So just so I know you're paying attention to me, if you're going to post it over and over and over again, just drop over in the comments for me right now. Just drop the word over in the comments for me right now. I'm not moving forward until I see over. Where we at? What we doing? Over, over, over. I am waiting for somebody to post the word over. I was until now. I know. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here. All right, get it. We can move on. Now, I want you to take that content and I want you to post it, because if it was highly engaging for you one time, it can be highly engaging for you over and over and over again. But this time when you post it, make sure you're including a call to action. Now, this particular piece of content that you're posting should allude to what you do as a business owner. It should allude to the transformation that you help your ideal customer or client get. And now you add in the caption a call to action. Click here to get a free blah, blah, blah. Maybe click here to get a free workbook, or click here to get a free download. Click here for a free 10-minute consultation with me by phone, whatever it is. But that call to action needs to be incredibly strong so that people know exactly what to do after they connect and engage with your content. All right. Congratulations, entrepreneur. You made the decision that this will be your biggest and best year ever in business. And I am so excited for you. It's just that you're missing something. The accountability and the mentorship that you said you need, the accountability and the mentorship that you said you were going to get this year. I know you're missing it because I'm not mentoring you inside of my community, Actionable CEO. I see everybody else. I'm looking through the names as I speak right now, and I'm seeing all the names, but I don't see yours. See, Actionable CEOs have something in common. They have 3 things in common. In fact, they are disciplined. They are action takers. They invest in themselves. But my favorite one is that they are action takers. Oh, wait, no, my favorite one could be that they're disciplined. It could also very much be that they invest in themselves. See, you can't do one without the other if you want major results. So I'm inviting you to check out my community, my mentorship community for entrepreneurs who are interested in personal development, professional development, and financial development. And you want to have a whole lot of fun connecting with other people in the community to network with. If I'm your girl, if I'm your person, if I'm your vibe, check out actionableceo.com right now to see if my mentorship community is the right one for you. In fact, I know it is. So just go there and hit register, join now, whatever. I'll see you on the inside. Bye. Number 4, one of my favorite things to do is to create a time-sensitive flash offer. Create a time-sensitive flash offer. It's just like doing a sale. People, especially in the economy that we're in right now, they love the language of sale, clearance, discount, free, value, right? So let's meet our clients where they are. If you like to buy based on sales and discounted prices and discount codes and all the things, let's give them a flash sale. Let's meet them where they are in their head at the place that we need to meet them in order for it to be easier for them to make a quick decision to do business with you, okay? So before you put a sale offer out there, you want to know what your margins are, meaning you want to know how much it costs you to fulfill an offer and how much of a discount, how much cushion you have to give away, right? Maybe 10%, maybe $100, maybe 15%, but it needs to be a really sexy flash offer. 5% off isn't gonna do it, okay? 5% off isn't gonna do it, and unless you're high ticket, 10% off might not even do it. I'm talking about like a 50% off flash sale. It's crazy. They cannot believe you would do it. Oh my God, 50% off of Donni Wiggins coaching. First of all, that'll never happen. First of all, that won't ever happen. That'll never happen, but it could be 50% off of anything. Now, here's the thing. I don't usually recommend that you do huge, steep discounts off of things that require your actual time, right? I'm not showing up for a month to coach you for 50% off of my rate because the first weekend I am going to feel overwhelmed like, what did I just do? Your flash sale needs to benefit you and your client, you and your customer, okay? So make sure you create flash sale. So it could be something like, book a strategy call with me this week, get $100 off your first coaching session. That I could do. If there's something that I fulfill in a group, I might say like my executive business workshop that I do with entrepreneurs in small sessions are normally $2,500, but if you're a member of Actionable CEO, join today and you get it for just $1,500. That's $1,000 off. Who wouldn't want to work with someone that can help them optimize their business and get $1,000 off? That was a hint, hint, clue, clue for those of you who are not yet in Actionable CEO. If you're watching on Instagram, drop the word guest. I am literally giving it away. I'm getting for free. My flash sale is free. All right, it's free. 7 days inside of Actionable CEO. If you're on YouTube, go over and just go to actionableceo.com, and it's linked somewhere in the description. You can find it either way. All right, let's get it. So create a flash sale, and I want to stay on this one for just a second because I need you guys to understand that you're not losing money by creating a flash sale. That's not the concept here. What you are doing is leveraging a flash sale, and when I say flash, I mean something like a 48-hour bonus, something like just for the weekend, something like just today only for the next 3 days, you can get X, Y, and Z. When you tell people it's a flash sale, it needs to be a flash sale, or your customers and clients will never believe you again in the future, and they won't take immediate action, okay? They won't take immediate action. So if you say 2 days, it needs to be 2 days. Now, here's the concept behind sales. Psychologically, your customers feel like they're getting a deal, right? They don't feel like they're being sold to as intensely because you are giving them something for free. They feel like they're getting a deal. We want our clients to believe that whatever they're paying us is not enough for the transformation that you provide. And because everybody loves sale language so much, the idea is for you to attract more people. So would you rather have one person at full price, or maybe 5 people that your flash sale can attract at a discounted rate, okay? And you can put anything you want on a flash sale. Sometimes I'll have my clients bundle up like all of their ebooks and give it away for free. You might already have like an ebook. Zell, I have a client who has an ebook. Sometimes it's $97, sometimes it's free. It really just depends on what we're doing in our business, right? So when we wrote the ebook, or when they wrote the ebook, the idea was to sell it for $97. Well, a couple of years now later, we've got courses, we've got communities, we've got all the things. So we don't necessarily have to put all the pressure on the ebook right now. We can take that same ebook, put it on the top of the funnel or the beginning of the funnel for that community, and say, hey, in exchange for your email address, opt into my funnel and you will get my whole library of ebooks for free, or you'll get the whole library of ebooks for $27. Yes, it looks like you're missing out on the money, but what it's doing is getting people in. They're having an experience with you right away, so they can determine the value that you bring to them right away. So now on the back end, when you send out more marketing, more emails, and all the things, they already trust you because you gave them so much for free, or you gave them so much for $27, $37. There's psychology here, and we've got to use it. We can't be so connected to today's money that we're not thinking strategically about next month's money, right? There's a flow here that has to happen to make sure you're not constantly hustling for clients and customers every single day. Nobody wants to do that, all right? Number 5, this is where you guys miss the mark so many times. I see this over and over and over again. Reach out to past clients that you had a successful experience with to re-engage them for their next step. Reach out to past clients. So it's like, hey, Donni, I'd love to support your next step. Like, let's put together a plan real quick. Let's hop on a call next week, put together a plan, and see how I can help you reach your next set of goals. See how I can help you take this next X, Y, and Z to the next phase of your transformation. Too many entrepreneurs are serving clients, giving them a great experience, delivering a transformation, and then they're backing off. They're not doing anything with that information after. You don't go back to them for anything else. You're not studying and becoming sharper, better, wiser, so that you can serve them beyond the way that you just served them in your first experience with them. It's time for you to maximize the clients that you have access to right away, that you've already had an ideal experience with. Those will be the easiest people for you to sell to. A repeat customer is the easiest person to sell to 100% of the time. And that's one of my specialties. I typically have the same people who want to continue to grow through their customer journey with me over and over and over again. So you don't see me on the internet doing strange things to attract new clients and customers. I get new clients and customers all the time. I make my process easy. If you notice, I have offered you free 7 days into my membership community, Actionable CEO. It's a mentorship community where I help entrepreneurs start, grow, and scale their businesses. We work on everything from personal development to professional development to financial development. We're reading books together. We're having live co-working days together. We're doing all the things. I'm giving you all of that, plus access to my whole library of trainings, all the Actionable CEO trainings that I've ever done. You get access to all of that 7 days for free. That is me giving you a flash sale. And then from there, now I'll create new customers. You're going to join the program, and eventually you're going to say, hey, Donni, how can I work with you? Right? Or I'm going to notice somebody who's asking some pretty high level questions. I'm going to single them out, and I'm going to send them a message that says, hey, I heard your questions. Tell me a little bit more about what you're experiencing in your business right now. They'll respond to that, and I'll invite them to a one-on-one call with me so that I can personally craft a plan to help them in their business. I don't have to chase new business every single day because I think strategy over quick money every single time. All right. Number six. Number 6, highly overlooked. Leverage your stories to attract new clients. Leverage your stories to attract new clients. Well, Donnie, I don't know what to post on my stories. I don't even know what to post on my newsfeed. So what on earth do I post on my stories? Here's my favorite thing to do inside of my stories. I love to use the question and answer feature. Ask me anything, or ask me anything about scaling your business, or ask me anything about starting a business. I'm asking very specific questions so that a very specific group of people will answer those questions. Now, when I start seeing these answers come in, I'm able to identify now people who would be ideal clients and customers for me. And this works for me, Zell, because I am a high ticket coach. Yes, my mentorship community after the first 7 days is $97 a month. That's a low ticket program. So I'm not reaching out to people in my DMs a whole lot, soliciting for that. However, I am strategically, remember we're talking about strategy over quick money. When people are answering and I'm looking at those responses, I am strategically identifying who my ideal client is to work with me in a high level or high ticket service. And I'm saying, hey, based on this, tell me more. Tell me more. Please use the Q&A questions feature in your stories and be specific. Don't just always say, ask me anything. Every now and then I like to throw that question out, because the type of questions that people ask me helps me to understand how my audience sees me, right? Helps me. Like, I just put one out yesterday, in fact, and sometimes it's like a bunch of dating questions. Can I take you on a date? Can I do this? Can I do weird things, right? And that's an indicator for me. I need to tighten up on my content, right? Maybe I'm showing too much lifestyle. Maybe my legs are out just a little too much. Let me throw a podcast clip up there so people remember who the heck I am, right? If they're asking me a lot of business questions that seem really distant, that's usually an indicator for me that I could stand to be a little bit more transparent or a little bit more relatable, because I want to be that to my ideal audience, right? So use that questions and answers feature. If you're, say, I don't know, maybe you own a feminine hygiene brand where you create products for bathing and all the things, I might use the Q&A feature and say, ask me anything about maintaining a healthy vaginal pH. You're going to get very specific questions there, and you'll be able to identify who needs your next step. But also, I like to ask people polls. Would you rather this or that? And this is going to help those of you who are unclear about going in this direction or the other direction. So I ask A/B multiple choice questions. Would you prefer this or would you prefer that? And then we keep going down that pathway until we get the answers that we want, and it leads me to more clients. So then I'll take those poll results, I'll go and create a product if I have to, or repackage the messaging that I have on something that is already existing and present it that way. Like, hey, well, everything they say they want, I already have. Now there's a disconnect in the messaging. Let me use these poll results to go back and refine my messaging. All right. Number 7, send a warm-up email to your email list. Y'all have these email addresses, and what are you doing? Because you're not using them. You're not using them. You just have these email lists that are just laying dormant. You're not sending anything out. And if you are sending anything out, there's no value there, right? So I want you to send out a series of maybe 3 emails to warm your email list up, and send them nothing but value. The very first email, you're just reconnecting with them. You're not pitching them anything at all, just straight value. So I could say something, if I'm a business coach, if I were to send out a re-engaging email to my email list, I could send out something like, if I were to start over today from $0, here's what I would do. That email is going to be opened. I work with business owners who are looking looking for creative ways to start from nothing and get everything that they want. So what's the subject line for you that's going to capture the attention? Let's go back to the feminine hygiene brand. 3 things I would do to avoid getting a yeast infection after sex. Who's not opening that email if they're on your email list, right? If you're a personal trainer and you work with middle-aged women like myself, right? I might send a email that says, 3 things you can do to get rid of stubborn back fat right now. And that's it. Hey lady, I know you're in your mid 40s and you're experiencing hormonal shifts in your body. You don't know what to do with it. The workouts that you used to do aren't working today. Here are 3 things that I think every woman over the age of 40 needs to do right now to maintain her body. That's what I am sending out. All right, that's what I'll be sending out. Number 8, host a free training. Host a free training via a webinar. Host a free training via a webinar. Anybody can schedule a webinar. If you have a Zoom account, you can go on Zoom, get a Zoom link, send it out, and let people know you're about to do a free 30-minute training. Now, if you can, give people at least 3 to 7 days to register for your webinar, so you have a good group of people there, right? But 3 to 7 days lead up to a free training. Now, let me address the elephant in the room here when it comes to doing webinars and free trainings and things like that. The number one question that I get about that, Zell, is, well, if I do a free training and give people everything that I know, teach them everything that I know, what would encourage them to buy from me? Number one, if you have the ability to teach people everything that you know, you don't know enough. And that's the truth. If you can teach people everything you know in a 30-minute webinar, you don't know enough. If you can teach people everything you know in 5 consecutive days of 1-hour webinars, you need to go out and get more information, period. But let me tell you something about the way humans think. Okay, let me tell you something about the way humans think. They hear all this information, they take all the notes, and then they go back to their regular lives and they do nothing with the information. So there's never going to be a time where you can teach people everything you know to the point where nobody wants to do business with you. Now, will there be a few exceptions? Will there be a few exceptions of people who can take that free information and do something with it? Yeah, I was once a person who could take somebody's free training, free information, and I could take it from there, right? But even being that person, Zell, I learned that I would save myself so much time, energy, and money by just investing and letting them help me get the result rather than trying to absorb all that free information and trying to do everything myself. The free information is just to set you apart and establish you as an expert or an authority in your field. That's it. That's it. And you are teaching people real information, not fluff, because if you go and do this 30-minute live training on Zoom or this 1-hour live training on Zoom and it's full of fluff, you will lose them as a client or customer forever. You'll lose them as a client or customer forever. So it's really important that when you deliver in a free training, on a webinar, on a challenge, whatever that is, that you are delivering great information. Hey, Zell, real quick, when we do the thumbnail, is this angle for me? All right, let me.
Just hold it. Okay, I got it.
You got it? All right, because it was something that this is doing right here for me that y'all just bear with me for a second. All right, what number are we on? I think we're on number 9. We're on number 9. Let me see. Oh, number 9. One of my favorite things to do is to reach out to clients and customers who I've had a great experience with and take like 2 days simply collecting testimonials from them. So I'll set up a Zoom, I'll prepare them for it, tell them, hey, make sure you get a light, a ring light or a phone light or an external light, whatever it is, place it eye level to where you will be so that we have great lighting. Don't have your back against the window, have your back against a wall or something, have any natural light in front of you. And I will spend 2 days collecting testimonials from them. We'll be on a Zoom and we're literally talking through their experience. So when you started with me, tell me about where you were when you started with me, okay? What made you make the decision to begin working with me? This is allowing them to tell their story. It becomes content for them, but it becomes a value add for me. I can then take that testimonial and post them as stories. I can post them as reels. I can send them in emails. I can add them to my sales page, and that is going to help me get more clients and customers right away. If I am taking people's experience and real people where you can click on their social media profiles and see that this is a real person, and I am spreading the word about the value that I help them bring, I am able to take that information and attract new clients and customers with it, you guys. You're working so hard. You're out here chasing the next, and you aren't focused on what you already have access to. You already have access to a great group of clients, customers, and leads that are already familiar with you. They already want what you offer, but you're ignoring them because they're not making a quick decision. They're not moving fast enough, Zelle. They're not buying that little $27 offer fast enough, so it's like, oh, forget them. Real quick, did you know that the average person takes 5 to 7 exposures with you before they make a buying decision? So when we're talking about cold market people who were unfamiliar with you, it takes them usually 5 to 7 times to see something from you before they make a buying decision, which is why creating content and being consistent, showing up and being consistent is so important. So important. What number am I on?
I'm on 10.
Oh, is this 10? Ooh, 10. What do I want to do? 10. Let me see. Oh, okay. Here's one of my favorite things to do. Recently, go over to Threads. If you're on Instagram, take advantage of Threads. I'm a different person on Threads. If y'all aren't following me on Threads, go follow me on Threads. I am a different person on Threads. Threads allows me to make, it's kind of like Twitter for me. I never really got into Twitter. I don't have a Twitter account. And so Threads is like my time to shine, Twitterish style, right? I am able to create polarizing statements. I'm able to be very bold there, right? I'm able to be very direct because it's just a scrolling platform where people are being attracted to statements very, very quickly. And because I am able to be a little bit more direct, a little bit more bold, you see my words before you see any video or picture, I am able to capture your interest, and then people come over and click on my YouTube or on my Instagram and be like, oh, okay. She's valuable. She's super valuable, right? And let me come over here and follow you on Instagram. Well, once you follow me on Instagram, I got you in my web. You're now in my zone of genius where you get to know all of what I know. You get to learn how I help to transform people's lives, how I help to transform people's business, all the things. But I show up over on Threads and I'm bolder, much bolder than I am over on Instagram. And it's to capture the attention. So it could be something like, 5 reasons why your business model is just trash. I don't really say stuff like that on Instagram, right? But it's one of those ideas that I be thinking, I be wanting to say it, Zelle, like, yo, that's trash. That's really, ooh, I don't like it. I don't like it. But I give more grace on Instagram, right? I'm more the professional Donni with edge, whereas on Threads, I'm more of an edgier Donni, yet professional, right? And so go over on Threads, have a great time with that. If you are not a Threads person, the point of the matter is here, utilize multiple social media platforms, but in a slightly different way, because the truth of the matter is most of us have the same followers across our platforms. So if you're posting the same thing on TikTok, the way that you're posting it the exact same way on Instagram, it's not going to resonate the same as if on one platform you posted your standard content and then on the other platform you're a little bit more bold or a little bit more polarizing, all the things, right? The important thing is that you're showing up. These were 10 steps, 10 ways where you can go and attract clients right away. And I don't want to hear you tell me what you can't do. These are excuses and we're no longer signing up. We are no longer subscribing to our excuses anymore. 100% of the people that are watching this video clicked on this video because the title said, I need new clients. To you, when you saw 10 ways or 10 wins to get new clients fast, to you, you say, well, I need new clients. I need to make more money. I need more exposure. I need to grow my business. So for you, you should not walk away from this video without taking away at least 5 things that I've shared with you today. Some of these things may be new information for you, while other things are reminders. It doesn't matter, because if you already knew these things and you weren't doing it, shame on you, because to know and not to do is the same exact thing as not to know in the first place. All right, so walk away with at least 5. But in the comments, share with me the one thing that you plan on doing right now today. As soon as this video is over, like I literally want you right now today to start with one thing. Share what that one thing is with me in the comments. And again, just in case they didn't hear me talk about it before, just in case you didn't know that I had a mentorship community where I work with hundreds of entrepreneurs to help them start, grow, and scale their business every single day in areas of personal development, professional development, and financial development. Just in case you didn't hear me talk about the 7 days free that you get in my community. You just heard it again. Go to actionableceo.com and get your 7-day pass. I promise you won't even want to leave because this is what we do. I'll see y'all next week on Full Transparency. Bye.